The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman, local sports.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rush City, Minnesota for the site for today's, doubleheader in softball. Between this first game will be between the Rush City Tigers and the Mora Mustangs out here at Rush City. The second game will feature the Rush City Tigers and the Ogilvie Lions. Actually, Ogilvie right now is playing just across the campus here on the campus of Rush City Schools against Mille Lacs. They'll be playing again at 1 p.m. as well as this game. So we've got two games going on, going to be actually starting right at the same time. And then after this game between Mora and Rush City, we will have Ogilvie head their way over here to take on Rush City as well. So a doubleheader, and we're out here for this one. It should be a good one. It is not only a conference matchup. Yes, it is a conference match because Mora has joined the Great River. It's also a section matchup for these two teams as well, and there's a lot on the line, and I was able to talk with our morning show host Adam Hefty about that a little bit this morning, but he has been so kind to join us here this afternoon. Adam, how's it going?
It's going incredible. How can it be a bad day when you're out right next to a ball field watching some softball or baseball? Good to get out of the office, get some matinee baseball or softball, I suppose.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day, and you and I talked a little bit about how this one could really early on determine who is going to be the conference champions of the Great River. We talked about how Bram was kind of the favorite along with Rush City coming into this year. Aiken made a nice run to begin the year, and Aiken was the leader in the conference for 3/4 of the season until late, and then Rush City and Bram kind of took over. Bram took over initially, but then yesterday we talked about how these two teams played, and Rush City was able to get one back from Bram in Bram, a 2-0 win, and we got a home run last night from Rush City, so a 2-0 win there for Rush City. Now they're tied at the top of the conference at 11-2 apiece. So if Bram wins today, doesn't matter completely because they're still waiting to see what Rush does. If Rush wins both of these, well, Rush City will be the Great River Conference champs. But if Rush loses one, Bram wins, and Rush wins one of these two, they will share the conference trophy. Now, if Rush loses both and Bram wins, it is Bram's conference championship. So there's a lot going on here today that we're going to be trying to keep an eye on.
As the season runs down to the end, it's so exciting, especially when you have a race like you do at the top, whether it be Rush City, Bram, or Aiken. All of them are so close together, and depending on these final games in the final week, it will decide the champion of the Great River Conference.
Yeah, and again, Great River has three new teams in Aiken, Crosby, Ironton, and Mora. But for a while, I think people were pushing for Mora to get back in the same conference as Pine and Rush City and Bram. I think that was being pushed for quite a few years.
This is the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And then, we did get Aiken and Crosby, which kind of also felt right because each of our local teams plays them in every single sport every single year, it feels like.
It does, and it's so funny because it's not our local area, but it rhymes.
Yeah.
And you see our local area teams face the Rangers and the Gobblers just about every single year in every single sport.
Yeah. So it just felt right bringing them in. So that's another little touch on the conference once again. But section play, meanwhile, the section playoffs are starting here next week for softball. So those are just about underway for Rush City. They are sitting at 12-5 overall, 7-2 in the section. For Mora, they are 6th in the section at 10-7 overall and 6-3. You and I talked about this a little bit before we went on air. There's a chance Esco jumps into that second spot from their third just because they have a better section record than Aiken. Aiken has the better overall at 12-6. But 6-4 in section. Meanwhile, Esco 7-0 and 10-7 overall. So there's still some shaking up that could happen in the section. Rush City has a chance to jump Aiken here if they win both today and get into the number 2 spot. So two one's pretty much set in Greenway.
Yeah.
Greenway is dominant, but 2 through 4, 5, maybe even 6, is still not set yet.
Right, and I love nerding out about these tiebreaker rules and everything. It just makes it so much more interesting, and it really it makes each game important to each team. So this game is so important to a Bram team or an Aitken team, and even though they're not involved in it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, ASCO you could throw in there too.
Yep.
So there's just so many different things that we're paying attention to for this specific set of games alone. Not to mention Bram plays up in Hinckley in about an hour. They'll get started with first pitch. You've got Mille Lacs and Ogilvie just across campus who are underway with their first pitch. So there's so much going on, and this is really a sports director dream. I mean, this is all you ask for when you talk about your local teams playing, is them getting out. You got 4 of your local teams playing in the same area, in the
same school.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got 2 others who are just up the way, about 15 miles, playing for just as much as they are. And Hinckley-Finlayson is still in the same section as Rush and Mora. So there's so much going on, but you gotta love it, because it's again, this is kind of what you dream of. It's almost the perfect storm, really, is what it is. And looks like Mora is going to be the designated home team here. So it does appear that we are set to go, but it looks like Mora is going to be the designated home team, which makes no difference to us.
No, it just means Rush City will bat first.
Yep.
On their own field.
Yeah. So, and Mora will have the last bat if it were to come down to it will come down to the bottom of 7th, if it does. We wait for the announcement here from the PA announcer. So Mora is officially the home team. We just got word of that.
It looks like a lot of the elementary school kids for Rush City are here to cheer on their Tigers. It's so cool.
It is, and we've done a few games, matinee games of Ogilvie and Mille Lacs, whether it's volleyball or basketball. They have those matinee games. Ogilvie and Mille Lacs have for the last what seems like forever now, and they'll play at 1, 2 o'clock, and the entire school gets to be a part of that game. And that is so much fun. So to have the extra fan base here today, it is awesome. As we take a look at the starting defense for the Mora Mustangs, in the circle pitching is Aubrey Athey, and then behind the plate and catching is Iris Sanfer. And at first, it's going to be Izzy Graham. At second, Elizabeth Gravich. At third, it'll be Megan Sperling. At short, it'll be Janae Such. And then out in the field in left, it is going to be Ava Olson. In center, Rhiannon Ashworth. And in right, Natalie Olson. Meanwhile, leading off for the Tigers is Natalie Rude. And oh my goodness, that one right back at the pitcher, Athey. And whew, she's okay. A little bit of a scare for her and everyone else. But she got it with her glove, which is probably the best case scenario.
Yeah, it hit her right in the glove. The skipper's coming out just to make sure everything's cool.
Yeah.
You good? Well, we had a little bit of an issue in pregame, so
unfortunately,
just making sure everybody's nerves are in the right spot.
Well, she is okay. Gonna get her glove, and we will see a courtesy runner come out for Natalie Rude. There's gonna be number 8, and number 8 on the roster is Emma Scott Foss. And now to the plate is Kendall Pillar. Here's the pitch from Athey. That one swung on, and that's going to leave the infield. And it will be but a single, but it does advance the runner from first to second.
Two straight hits right up the middle means they're right on it.
Yeah.
With the speed of the pitch.
Kenzie Simmons now to the plate for Rush City. But yeah, I mean, right up the middle. And they are seeing the ball well here to begin the game. Usually you don't see teams hit that well with the first 2 batters of a game. Right. Usually they're sitting back waiting, or if they are being aggressive swinging first pitch, usually they're fouling it off, popping it up. But those first 2 have been right on the money.
There's some confidence in this Rush City team.
Meanwhile, an 0-1 and a bunt that was in the dirt, and Simmons still tries to get a piece of it. I admire her effort, but that one should have pulled back.
Yeah, now she's in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah.
She was trying to move the batters along, and that's probably the smart move here, just trying to get a run through over the plate.
but now she will have to swing as an 0-2 comes from Athey. This one is popped back up and out of play. And we don't have an extra ball in there. So they're looking for one. And we're stuck without a game ball. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. No.
Yeah, the clouds are starting to increase.
Yeah, they're moving a little more south than I had anticipated.
Or hoped.
But
Yeah.
we're I think we'll be okay because according to both of our weather apps, it said storms expected around 6, so we should be okay. Meanwhile, another foul here by Simmons to keep herself alive. 0-2.
Yeah, staying alive, still in an 0-2 hole, though. Now, if she's able to get out of this jam and getting out here without the runners moving along, that'll be huge.
Yeah, and not only, I mean, just imagine what it'll do for her confidence, too, going forward as next pitch is in there. And she got her swinging that one up in the zone for out number 1. So there you go. I like the fact that she took that one upstairs.
Yes. Made her chase a pitch that she didn't want to because she needed to protect with 2 strikes.
And now Lola Mold to the plate. One down. Runners at first and second. I think she may have got a piece of that one. It sounded like it anyways.
Yeah. It's a good swing, though.
0-1 now for Mold. Again, Aubrey Athey with the pitch. This one swung. Oh, and it just gets past the outstretched glove of the shortstop. They are going to throw this one in, and the runners will only advance 1 base. But that still makes the bases loaded now for Kaylin Glenna. And for some of you who may not have heard the game last night against Bram, well, she hit a big one. And that was a home run last night against Bram.
And what a way to start this one if she's able to get one over the fence.
Yeah, I mean, that would be huge. But even if it's still in play and
right,
she gets it down, this would score 2, have a chance at 3. You know, Mold's got some sneaky speed there at first as the first pitch to Glenna is high for ball 1. Athey with the pitch. That one swung on and belted towards center. Oh, and the center fielder overran it a little bit. Lola Mold, meanwhile, is up on pillar, and that is going to score 3. It's a 3-run double for Kaylin Glenna.
So getting Rush City on the board here in the top of the first.
Yeah, that is
so a 3 RBI double.
That is impressive for the Tigers as they now lead 3-0 here in the top of the first. That one's in there for a strike 1 to Briley Blatz.
Yeah, and still just 1 out here in the first inning.
And, you know, for Athey, getting that first pitch strike there on that one, I think is definitely going to help her to try and get these next 2. And that one is swung on and missed. So good looking pitch there. That was a similar strike to where she struck out Simmons.
And we'll see if she throws another high heat. That she got to strike out Simmons.
So 0-2 now for Blatz, and pitch on the way. And she did just get a piece of it. It will slowly roll to the pitcher herself. She throws it on to first for the second out. Runner from second advances to third, and there are 2 down.
Is that 1-3? Believe?
Yes, yep.
Okay. So, yeah, pitcher to first.
And now to the plate is Addison Antonsen with 2 down, runner at third. The left-handed batter, Antonsen. That one is going to get by the catcher.
Backstop isn't very big, so.
No.
And you're already up 3-0. You don't want to risk it.
Right. It is
getting the last out at home.
It will be a 1-0 count for Antonsen. Here's a pitch from Athey. That's in the dirt. Good block, though, by the catcher, Sandster.
And she has been throwing a lot of pitches this inning.
Yeah, which is, I've always said, if you can get the pitcher to throw a few more in the first, that will be key for you going forward. But this one's going to be high. So, unfortunately, it will move the count 3-0, and now you got to put one over the plate for sure, and that just risks Antonsen swinging. But 3-0 usually don't get a green light.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you give a green light? Probably not this point in the game. Oh, they gave it to her.
And that one's up and almost caught there by a fan. Some parents over there telling her, hey, we don't want to make the catch. We want you to see it hit
other
the other
way, she said.
3-1 now for Antonsen, and Athey looking for strike 2. That
There
one's
it is.
that's
Nice
a good look.
pitch,
Yeah.
yeah.
It really is a good looking pitch
So
from Athey, and
Came back from 3-0.
yeah.
Did
Now
not
it's-
this count up.
So here we go. Athey trying to get the payoff pitch. Ooh, good eye there from Antonsen. That was one that I think later in the game you might get an offer at. Now coming to the plate is Megan Nelson, wearing number 20 for the Tigers.
Really good patience there by Antonsen to force a walk.
Here's the pitch from Athey. Swing and a miss. And they're going to throw down to second. And, oh, she
Miss.
just does slide in below the tag, apparently. I don't know. I think that was close. I don't know, Adam. I don't know about you, but it looked like they tagged her before she hit the bag.
It's all a matter of if she got a piece of her. The throw got there before the runner.
Yeah, I thought she had tagged her backside or her leg before she slid in, but this one is a fly out to right, so it won't matter much in the grand scheme of things. But the Tigers do score 3 on 4 hits, and no errors there committed by Mora. So we'll now head down to the bottom of the first inning. Tigers lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 3-0, as we will go ahead and take a look at how the Tigers will line up defensively. In the circle and pitching will be number 2, Kendall Pillar. And behind the plate catching is, of course, Natalie Rude. Then over at first is number 15, Kaylin Glenna. At second, it'll be number 20, Megan Nelson. At third, it is number 21, Addison Antonsen. And at short, it is Lola Mold, wearing that number 22. Then out in left, it will be Briley Blotz. In center, it is number 9, Peyton Addix. And in right, it will be number 3, Kenzie Simmons. That is how they'll line up defensively here. Will the Tigers, again, they are the designated away team here, as this is a home game for Mora, but because Rush has to play Ogilvie after this, they decide, hey, why don't you all just come here, and we'll have a big old get-together with 4 of our local schools, which, again,
It's like an invite.
it is. It really is, and it's so much fun.
All that's missing is a potluck and
Yeah, yes.
we'll,
A track meet right across the
oh
way,
my
too.
gosh, yeah.
So for the Mustangs, they're wearing their blue jerseys, the white letters and numbers outlined in black, the white pants, blue socks.
A lot going on in the Rush City jerseys.
Yes, the white jerseys, blue letters and numbers outlined in the yellow, but they've got the blue shoulder sleeves outlined in yellow as well, and then the blue pants with a yellow and white stripe with a pinstripe of yellow going all the way down, and a yellow sock. Leading off for the Mustangs is the number 1, Aubrey Athey. She looks at that one. That's in there for strike 1. And one thing we'll notice with Kendall Pillar, there's not a lot that's going to miss the strike zone. Here's the 0-1. Athey offers at it, swings through it, and it's strike 2. Always love pitcher versus pitcher at-bats.
Yeah.
It's always fun to watch.
They know the mechanics.
Yes, Athey swings and misses at that one. That
3-pitch strikeout.
Yeah, that's ideal if you're Pillar. So now to the plate is the designated player, Noelle Robertson. Pillar readies, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That one kind of
Yeah,
jammed her a little bit.
Yeah, that swing was not very comfortable.
So 0-1, and you know what's unfortunate for Mora, because obviously they definitely feel the pressure to try and get back into this one quickly as they can, but you just got to remind your players, hey, we can't be out there swinging at things that aren't good enough to swing at.
Right, you have 6 more innings after this one to get those 3 runs back.
1-1 is the count for Robertson. Pitch from Pillar. This one's popped up. That's a chance for Rude. Rude doesn't even see it. She did not see where it went. And some teammates giggle. Yeah, it's not
It's
easy.
not fair.
No, I mean,
I got a big giant mask on.
Yeah, yep.
You guys are just chilling.
It is not easy for a catcher to sometimes locate these foul balls or these pop-ups. But it is going to be a 1-2 count now for Robertson, and Pillar with the pitch. Swing and a miss on that one, so Another strikeout and 2 down here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, 2 straight strikeouts to start this out by Athey, and putting Mora in a tough spot.
Janae Such is here as the number 3 batter. Here's the pitch from Pillar. And that one is swung on. That gets under the shortstop's glove. And, you know, it was a little bit of an interesting batting stance for Such.
Right,
but
her bat was at a 90-degree angle, it seemed like.
But it works.
Yeah.
I like it.
Got underneath the shortstop's glove and got the job done.
Base hit here for Such. And now to the plate, Rhiannon Ashworth. You might recognize her name. A lot of us might, as she was with the Pine City Co-op girls hockey team. Had a very impressive career up there. Over 100 career goals.
Is that good?
Yeah. It's kind of good. You know,
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, she had, I think, close to or over 100 points again this year. Points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it is crazy. As she swings through that one for strike 1. So now a 1-1 count here for Ashworth. So fun to see the athletes that you get from the winter sports or even fall to winter, winter to spring. It's just so fun to see them be able to take their talents to the next sport. It's when you sit and think about it, it's quite impressive. This one is swung on and missed, and then the throw down to second is cut off by the shortstop. So she's in there with a steal.
Well, when you play different sports, it really forces you to use different muscles and different movements, and it really helps you in each individual sport.
Well, and it's funny you say that because how many times do we talk about, oh, well, she does this, so that helps her with this part of this sport, you know? As we do see a swing and miss here from Ashworth for out number 3. So not a 1-2-3 inning. The Mustangs do get a hit, but no runs for the Stangs and no errors for the Tigers. And we will move to the top of the second inning. We're going to get a word from our fine sponsors, then be back to the second inning here on WCMP and KBEK.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Back here on KBEK and WCMP, Ethan Game Day Gilman, joined by Adam Hefty here. Our new morning show host on KBEK, taking over for Rockin' Robin Riley. And we get set for the second inning of play here in Rush between the Mustangs and the Tigers. Mustangs are the home team. This was supposed to be a home game for Mora, but because Rush has to play Ogilvie after this as a home game, they said, hey, Mora, why don't you come over here, and then we'll use it as more of a doubleheader. As 2 pitches, 2 straight balls for the leadoff batter, Peyton Addix, for the Tigers.
It'd be nice to see her find the strike zone here in the second inning. Down 2-0. She found it.
And it is popped up foul there by Addix. And, yeah, unfortunately, a good percent of her pitches last inning were not in the strike zone. And when they were, give credit to her, the Tigers did put the ball in play. Now the 2-1 to Addix. This one swung on, but popped up right to second. Short's going to call her off, and she makes the grab for out number 1. So making the play for out number 1 there is Janae Such, as she got the first hit of the game for Mora. So now we're back to the top of the order, though, for the Tigers, Natalie Rude.
Singled in the first inning.
And she was a part of that 3-run double by Kaylin Klena.
Yeah.
First pitch to her. Ooh, just low for ball 1.
Yeah, just a bit low.
I like that pitch, though, there from Athey.
Right.
That's a good-looking pitch, and one you'll definitely have to come back to later in the game. 1-0 on the way. Ooh, and that one kind of stuck. It's high for ball 2. Athey readies. Here's the 2-0. That one's foul tipped, and that's strike one. Yeah, that kind of went off the catcher's mask. She is okay, though. I think a lot of times we see that so often happen in like baseball and softball. And we think, oh, it's not bad. They're wearing a mask. But I don't think you understand it until you see it in person. It's like, oh my goodness, that is coming in hot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a hit here from Natalie Rude, a single right back up the middle. And we talked about it in the first inning. The first two batters, right back up the middle.
Right. And then Kendall Pillar went after the first pitch last inning and went right up the middle with it.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive she is here in this at-bat with a runner at first and one down.
Wonder how well she can change speeds.
Well, that is swung on and going the other direction with it did Pillar. Uh-oh, and then it's muffed by the left fielder. Going to have a chance of a play at third. No. So it was a single anyways, but then a little bit
you would say an error, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think you would. So it will
what
be
is that, E7?
It will be a single still. It will be a base hit, but the advancement is due to the error. So an error will allow the runners to advance to now scoring position, and that brings to the plate Kenzie Simmons.
Showing bunt once again. She struck out in the first inning.
Yeah. We'll see if she can't put a bunt in play with an 1-0 count. Here's the pitch, showing bunt again, but this time misses, and good pitch there from Athey to get her to miss on the bunt.
So it's 1-1. She was able to pull back in time in the first one.
So 1-1 now as Athey does step back into the circle. Here's the pitch. She's not going to bunt this one. She's going to swing. The throw to home is there in time for the out.
Smart play, and it seemed like Rude hesitated on third.
Yeah, that's a very, very smart play there. And, yeah, it wasn't quite the cleanest of jumps there. But for Mora, they'll take it because now there's two down and a runner at third. And this one is popped up and out of play for Lola Mold. But it does move Pillar to third. And you've got Simmons at first via the fielder's choice. So runners at the corners. Two down, 0-1 count for Mold. Athey with the 0-1 in the dirt. That gets by, and here comes Pillar. She's being aggressive, and she takes home on the passed ball. And then Simmons also takes second via the pass ball. So now a runner at second.
Mold singled back in the first as well. Part of that 3-run first inning.
Yes, now it's 4-0 after the pass ball, and Mold gives this one a ride. That's high, that's deep. The center fielder there moving back, and she grabs it for out number 3. That one looked like it might carry a little bit further, but winds up staying in play for the third out. But again, the Tigers score 1 off of 2 hits. And an error there by the Mustangs in the outfield allowed the runners to advance a base. So we move now to the bottom of the second inning. It will be the Mustangs' turn at the plate, and we'll see how aggressive they are to try and get back into this one. Again, the message has to be to the team, can't force anything because there's, like you mentioned, there's still plenty of game left. But at the same time, you want to make sure you're getting on the scoreboard quickly because Rush City, they score early and often.
Yeah, you just need to take what they give you, to be honest with you. Because Athey has not been, Pillar has not been given up a lot. Just one hit there in that first inning, and she's been tough to hit.
Yeah, if I remember correctly from last night's game against Bram, 2 to 4 hits is all I think she gave up. She struck out 14 of the 21 batters that of the 21 outs, excuse me, there we go. I'll figure it out. Of the 21 outs, she struck out 14 of them. So 2/3 of the outs she got by herself last night. As now to the plate is Izzy Graham to lead off for the Mustangs. Swing at that one. It looked like a good pitch to swing at, but just a little bit of a tough swing.
Yeah, sailed on her.
0-1 now for Graham. And good eye there by Graham as that one drifts outside, and it makes it a 1-1 count.
When she misses, she doesn't miss by a lot.
Certainly not, and it's tough to lay off of, but you got to give the batter credit.
Tricks the batter's eye.
That one's high for ball 2.
So now you're in a hitter's count.
Yeah, and if you're Graham, this is ideal. Make Pillar throw a few more, especially in the first at bat of the inning. Ooh, another one that's low for ball 3. 3-1 count now for Graham, and again, this is definitely ideal for Mora to start out the inning.
Yeah, just need to get on base, especially with nobody out.
Pillar did not walk anybody last night. We'll see if that one's in there. So that will run the count full now. Pillar readies. Here's the pitch. This one is popped up, and it will go out of play. So again, she'll do it with a full count, Will Graham. Now into the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Here's the 3-2. And that is ball 4. So 7 pitches, and she draws the walk as the leadoff batter.
Really good at bat for Graham.
Yes, I mean, now you've got a runner at first, nobody out, and Megan Sperling coming to the plate. So now you're in business a little bit if you're Mora. Pitch from Pillar on the way, showing bunt, pulls back. It's strike anyways, and then the throw down to second. I don't think she got her. No, she didn't. She missed on the tag, unfortunately, there at second. The throw was definitely there again, but she completely missed the runner. So she gets the steal, does Graham, to second. So now you open up first base.
Yeah, and it's runner in scoring position.
0-1, swung on and miss by Sperling. Now it's 0-2.
Graham showing steal, but maybe just making him think about it.
Yeah, I don't. It'd be tough to see her steal at 0-2, but we'll wait. Ooh. And there's the.
Yeah, not a good pitch to swing at.
No, up in the zone, and that is out number 1.
Got a little itchy on the trigger finger.
Yeah,
with that one.
That's one of those where it feels like I may have already been thinking swing before the pitch came, unfortunately. But now Natalie Olson to the plate. So runner at second, 1 down. Here's the pitch from Pillar. Ooh, rising fastball there from Pillar. Gets Olson to swing and miss. Pillar, we know she can really throw it by you. As here's the 0-1, and another one. Rising fastball. Kendall Pillar, only a junior. She's committed to Bethany Lutheran College, so congratulations to her. She's a captain, an all-conference twice, all-section twice, a Great River MVP her freshman year, an all-state MVP, just to name, only a few of her accomplishments. Meanwhile, here's a swing and a miss for Natalie Olson for out number 2.
5 strikeouts already on the afternoon, not the night.
Yeah, close enough, right?
Yeah.
I see some dark clouds, so close enough, right? As now Elizabeth Gravich will come to the plate. And this is unfortunate for Mora. A good start has been gone by the wayside with some strikeouts, but Gravich has that kind of 90-degree bat angle again, and it worked last time for Mora. This one is high, though, for ball 1. We saw Such get that 90-degree angle bat, and it worked for her. Maybe this will be the same story for Gravich.
Maybe it's a swing shortener.
There we go. 1-0, though, for Gravich. Here's the pitch from Pillar. Swing and a miss for Gravich, and a 1-1 count. I am surprised that at how much of a lead Graham is getting. And obviously 2 outs, you're probably not going to throw it down, but, man, she is getting quite a lead out there from second. Oh, and a good-looking pitch, a good swing. That was a good one to swing at, but swung under it for strike 2.
And nobody's covering the bag at all.
No. So if she can put this in play, there's a chance they'll score a run. And she swings through it for out number 3.
So,
well, Pillar gave her some good pitches to swing at.
Right.
And unfortunately, swung underneath them. So that is out number 3. So no hits, no runs for the Mustangs. No errors there for the Tigers. And we move to the top of the third inning, and we will return after a word from our fine sponsors here on both KBK and WCMP.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Back here on WCP, KBK, Kaylin Glennon will lead off the top of the third for the Tigers. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, it is 4-0. Rush City with the lead. Athey with the pitch. Glenna watches that one go low for ball one.
Glenna with a bases emptying double in the first inning. 3 RBIs.
And, they call it a strike, according to the scoreboard out there. But meanwhile, she gets a swing on this one, but it's right to the center fielder, and that is Ashworth, and she grabs it for out number one, and that's a really good start for Mora.
Right, getting a good pitch, getting her to offer at it, and forcing the fly out.
So if you can get a 1-2-3 would be more than ideal, but
right.
Even if you get 4 to see 4 batters and get 3 outs without allowing a run, that's huge for Mora in this spot.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, a 1-0 now to Briley Blotz as she watched ball one outside. Here's the next pitch from Athey, and she swings through that one. It seems like Athey got a little bit more into it there in the second inning, but now in the third inning, seems like she's kind of found her rhythm.
Right, and that swing was not very comfortable.
Here's the 1-1, and she fouls that one back. So, again, looking at it now, just looking at the body language of Athey, seems like she's settled in.
Right, there's a confidence there.
So now a 1-2 for Blotz, and Athey with a chance to get the first 2 batters out. Something that has not happened yet in this game, and she will with a strikeout. So out number 2, and Mustangs are in business here.
Yeah, an opportunity for a 1-2-3 inning here in the third.
Now Addison Antonsen to the plate. Love when you get the local speaker out, and you get a swing here to the shortstop. Throw on to first. It's going to be close. Nope, it's not going to be in time. Although she beat it out, we got to give credit to Antonsen for beating that throw out, first of all. I want to give credit, though, to the first baseman because she scooped that up, and that was not an easy scoop.
She dug it out real nicely.
So although Antonsen, great job at beating that one out, great scoop by Graham as well, and now to the plate is Megan Nelson. She offers at the first. Swing and a miss, though, for strike 1.
Nelson flew out to right in the first inning.
Athey readies. 0-1 on the way. That one swung right to the first baseman. Can't grab it with the first grab. Grabs it with the second and takes it to the bag herself. So 3 unassisted for out number 3. Well, it wasn't a 1-2-3 inning, but like I said, 4
batters.
Four batters, it's still good. 1 hit, no runs, and no errors by the Mustangs. So can the Mustangs take that and bring it back here to the bottom of the third and get something going at the plate? We'll have to wait and see, but I feel like that is definitely the start of getting things going for the Mustangs.
Yeah, just one, did not allow a run. 3 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, so going in the right direction.
Yeah, certainly, as we will see now leading it off here in the bottom of the third will be Ira's the catcher, and then we'll see the 9, 1, and 2 batters due up for the Mustangs. So again, Kendall.
Samfner is first at bat.
One thing that I really enjoy about this Rush City team, of course, fortunately, I haven't been able to see Mustangs play this year, which I'm just so upset with myself I haven't been able to see them play. But we've got a lot of good teams in softball this year, kind of like we had for girls basketball. We just had a ton of really good softball teams this year. It was really impressive to see.
Yeah, it's really fun to see when – I think the athletics in our area has slowly gotten better over the years.
Well, it does help that we have seen our area grow a little bit, too. We've seen the population grow, and we've seen some businesses come in, so headed in the right direction, I think. This one, just low below the zone for ball one.
So just a bit outside and low.
But that's a pitch that she'll come back to later
Right.
as a strikeout pitch, because that's
not easy to lay off of.
No. And that's going to be ball two.
That one, on the other hand, probably was pretty easy to lay off of.
Started
Started out high, ended higher.
This is now the second inning that the leadoff batter for Mora has gotten to a 2-0 count to begin the at-bat. And it worked out for Izzy Graham last time. Unfortunately, they couldn't get her home. But if she's able to reach, which she gets it by the pitcher, throw on to first is in time for out number one. But she almost beat that out.
Yeah.
She was about a step and a half away from beating that one out. I love the effort. So now we'll go back to the top of the order with Aubrey Athey coming to the plate.
4-3 put out there for the first out. Athey struck out swinging back in the first.
And the first pitch to her. Swung on. She gives it a ride. It's to the second baseman. The underhand. Oh, my.
Ooh.
Just in time.
Quick out of the box.
Yeah, and I said just in time, and I mean just in time. That ball got there. So that is out number two. And quick two down here for the Mustangs. And Noelle Robertson to the plate. Two down here, and Pillar trying to make it a quick 1-2-3. This one is lifted back out of play by Robertson. It's going to be an 0-1 count for her.
She struck out swinging back in the first.
So hard, though, when you've got a pitcher who's just in the zone like Pillar seems to start every game off in, and well out in front of that one is Robertson. So 0-2 now. And it's easier said than done, but if you're the Mustangs, you just got to go to the plate with just nothing on your mind and just, I think more than anything, just patience.
Right. Good take there by Robertson.
So 1-2 for her, and she tries to extend the inning. Here's the pitch from Pillar.
In there on the outside corner.
So she'll go down looking. That's one where, man, you probably could have called it either way, honestly. Yeah. But that is going to do it for the third inning of play. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, then we'll be back for that fourth inning here on both KBK and WCMP.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Back here on KBK, WCMP, Ethan Game Day Gilman, Adam Hefty, the KBK morning show host out here. But you've definitely heard his voice before that on KBK and WCMP, as he does call some games for us. Try not to overload him with too much work, as we see a first pitch swing here by Peyton Addix. And that is going to be caught, though, in center field by, again, Rhiannon Ashworth for a first pitch out.
Her third put out of the game.
And now we're to Natalie Root again.
Root is 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles.
almost came, her courtesy runner did almost come around to score, but was tagged out easily at the plate. Meanwhile, this one is inside for ball 1. You know, and talking about you being the new morning show host, not trying to overwhelm you with too much, but I know you've been kind of itching to get out and call a game or just be a part of one. So
this is where I belong,
yes.
Right here in the toy section. But no, it's beautiful out here. I mean, I do love my new job. I don't want to joke too much about it. Once I get past the joking, for real, I love my new job, but it really is nice to get out and call some softball.
As this next pitch for Root is just on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. A good looking spot for that one from Athey, and she's ahead now, 1-2. That one is fouled off by Root, so she'll do it again with a 1-2 count. It seems like Athey's control on her pitches has really come to fruition here these last 2 innings.
Yeah, she's been able to settle down and get some good pitches. And keep the Tigers guessing.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2 for Rude. Rude's going to pop this one up to the shortstop, and she makes play for out number 2. So Such again with another put out for herself, and 2 up, 2 down. Well, if this winds up going 1-2-3 or 1-2-3 after this bat, it doesn't matter. If you, again, get an inning where you don't allow Rush to score, and all of a sudden you almost got to get on your offense a little bit and say, hey, we got to get something going.
Yeah, if you're able to get 2 straight scoreless innings, you're in a good spot defensively.
First pitch, though, to Kendall Pillar is outside for ball 1. And Athey readies, and here's the pitch. This one is popped up out of play. Coach trying to make a play on it. Doesn't get there in time. 1-1 now.
Pillar is 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the afternoon.
I like Athey's pitch style. She starts at the back of the circle, then walks up to the rubber and pitch. I think it's a little bit unique as we see a foul tip there by Pillar, but kind of unique because she walks up to it, she settles her foot, and then the pitch comes. A lot of times you'll see the pitcher come up, settle down for 2-3 seconds, and then pitch. Meanwhile, she comes up to the rubber, puts her foot in that little hole that they got, and then she pitches.
Yeah, no wasted movement.
This one sticks in her hand a little bit, and it's high for ball 1. Or ball 2, excuse me. 2-2 count for Kendall Pillar. 2 down, nobody on in the top of the 4th. Athey for the payoff pitch. Ooh, almost, but just stays high for ball 3 to run the count full.
And just like that, the count is full here with 2 outs. This is a big pitch.
It is, but if you're Mora, you're semi-okay with giving up a walk, knowing that, again, Athey is kind of settled in here. Ooh. Again, one that could have went either way, but it's just high for ball 4. And now to the plate is Kenzie Simmons.
Simmons is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and reached on a fielder's choice in the second.
We got to give credit, though, to this Mustang defense. We talk a lot about Athey. This Mustang defense has done a really good job. I don't think Athey's going to get there in time. Oh, she did. Oh, man.
In time.
Just in time. She kind of hesitated getting to that ball on the grounder, but she got to it in time, made the underhand throw, and got her out at first.
It's kind of a fascinating time for a bunt.
Yeah, I was kind of interested to see the bunt there, which you don't normally see with 2 outs. But, again, Simmons does have a ton of speed, as we see her almost beat it out there. So I guess it is understandable once you see the speed.
Right.
Now, I don't know her base-to-base time, but that was about 3 seconds.
You don't have that on memory?
No, I don't. I don't have it written down in these notes. They're in the notes back home. Yeah, the dog ate those ones.
Oh, yeah. Blame it on the dog.
I don't have a dog, so we'll to the bottom of the 4th inning.
It was Ethan. He ate it.
Yeah, just too hungry. As Josh would say, fatty boom laddie here. Couldn't help myself. We'll see the 3-4-5 batters do up for Mora, as it is still a 4-0 lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here in Rush City. Again, this is a designated home game for Mora. Reason being, well, Rush City had to play a home game today against Ogilvie anyways, and they were supposed to play more tomorrow. But with the rain that's coming in now or later today and throughout all day tomorrow, they were like, hey, let's move these games up. You come here. You'll be the home team. That way we can still play our game against Ogilvie. We can get closer to the end of the season on time. And just you got to give credit to the ADs, the coaches, for being so flexible and understanding and being able to get their schedules up to date so quick because, again, a lot of people couldn't make that happen for us normal people, but these ADs, they do such a great job. As Pillar with the first pitch in there for strike one to Janae Such. But again, we work with, in our local listening area, probably the best ADs around. I mean, Such will follow this one off, but they are so kind and so easy to work with. They make our lives a lot easier.
Well, without them, we wouldn't have a table or chairs here. And that's just one of the things that Lee Root does for us here in Rush City and then the other ADs that we work with throughout the area.
Yeah, I mean,
and even outside of the area.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I haven't run into one that I have complaints about. We just work with so many fascinating people. There's so many kind people. It's awesome. Meanwhile, the 0-2 is going to be low there for Such's Pillar wastes one there.
That was a really good pitch because I could see someone swinging at that.
I thought that was a little bit low.
Oh, yeah, it was low, but it could be something that you offer at. Especially
Such is going to pop this one up. That's you, Adam. No, this one is going to get down foul, so it will stay in the fence. I'm waiting for the time that one gets over the fence right to the table.
Right at me. You can say E10.
yeah. So it will remain a 1-2 count here for Janae Such. She is the leadoff batter for the Mustangs. Pillar trying to get the payoff. That one's in there. She froze her a little bit.
Yeah, got her looking.
So that's out number one on the strikeout looking. And now to the plate, the lefty, Rhiannon Ashworth.
She is 0 for 1 on the afternoon with the strikeout.
Now, I don't know about swinging the bat. I know I'm not very smart, but I know swinging the bat is a little bit different than using a stick in hockey.
Yeah.
Not quite the same swing angle, if you will.
Yeah, you get a 2-minute minor if you swing it like a softball bat.
Ooh, this one's going to get Rhiannon Ashworth, and no doubt she takes it like a champ. You think that hurts worse than being hit in hockey, or do you think she takes that like a champ because of hockey?
She didn't even flinch.
No.
She didn't flinch.
I mean, she took that dang near on the chin, right on the shoulder.
And she's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Did it hit me? I barely noticed.
Oh, I have to go to for Now to the plate is Izzy Graham. Again, last time she reached on a walk.
Stole second, too.
Yeah, so let's see if they can't get something similar here. Oh, the first pitch, though, is in there for strike one. Good-looking heater there from Pillar.
Yeah, that was high, but in the strike zone.
0-1 now for Graham. Here's the 0-1 from Pillar. And she offers at it. That disappeared. Not sure where it went.
I lost it too.
Way behind us.
That's when you get real scared, when you see it go up towards you and then you lose it.
Oh, that was an anxious moment too for us, but we're okay.
You don't. I was afraid you'd have to do it alone, or I suppose more afraid if I had to do it alone.
Oh. Well, 0-2 and Pillar. Oh, out in front of that one, then the steal for second, but Ashworth is in there easily with the steal, but a strikeout swinging for Graham, and less than ideal because, again, she puts one in play. Ashworth is making it to third, and depending on where that ball gets hit to, she has a chance at home and getting the first run. So runner at second, 2 down. And the bottom of the fourth for the Mustangs. And then at the plate is Megan Sperling. That one is in there, but high for ball one.
Sperling struck out in the second.
Pillar waiting the pitch call.
So now it looks like
shakes off the first one.
Yeah, I got 9 strikeouts so far today for.
Pillar does not like the first 2 pitches she got from the coach, but she gets that one. And you're looking for strikeout number 10 here with this one, but it's going to wind up being a 2-0 count to begin the at-bat for Sperling. It's incredible to see the strikeout stack up because before you realize it, she's at double digits almost, and it's just so impressive how well she does out there. Meanwhile, it's a 3-0 count for Sperling, and this would change the look of this inning because the Mustangs have yet to have 2 runners on at the same time.
Right.
3-1, she won't be offering, obviously, and it's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, you just want to get on base as many ways as you can.
Do you get a red light here to see if this one ain't a ball, maybe?
I wonder.
No,
Nope.
she's going to offer. I mean, that one was in there anyway. It's for strike 2.
Yeah.
So, and they're going to throw down a third. They got her.
No.
She's safe underneath the tag. That was extremely close. Rhiannon Ashworth with a late take there for third, but she is in there.
Check the challenge.
Yes. Well, we do have replay the ability, but I didn't get it in time. More coach asking about something. That's going to be a full count here for Megan Sperling. Trying a now base hit, scores a run. Here's the pitch from Pillar.
Got her.
Swinging through it for out number 3. And, man, the Mustangs were that close to getting it. But unfortunately could not. So no hits, no runs, and no errors there by either side in that inning. Well, that'll move us to the 5th. And still, the score remains 4-0, the lead for the Rush City Tigers. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors here on both KBK and WCMP.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make it a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Thursday, May 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m., get 40 cents off per gallon of gas. Whoa, 40 cents per gallon savings? While you're there, grab Pringles 2 for $5, Jack Link's 2 for $11, Doritos are buy one get the second half off, and Gatorade 3 for $6. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Join us June 14th for a day full of free outdoor experiences.
Oh, I was there last year, and I'm going again.
Join us for the free youth outdoor experience at the Gopher Rifle and Revolver Club in Harris, June 14th. Come for the axe throwing, exhibits, clay pigeon demos from the fire department, arts and crafts, 2,000 ears of sweet corn. There's really too much to mention. And kids that sign up before May 31st get a free t-shirt. Register now.
It's easy to sign up. There's a QR code on the Facebook page.
Get the QR code today. Visit Long Spurs of Sunrise River.
It was awesome.
Lola Mold to lead off the top of the 5th here for the Tigers.
Mold 1 for 2 on the afternoon.
Yeah, she hit in back-to-back innings and has then not hit the last 2, so. Just inside on that pitch. That's a nice-looking pitch, but just inside.
Ooh, some shade.
Yeah, finally, we get some shade. The clouds are moving in. Again, according to radar that I've looked at, it says it's going to stay north, these storms, but we'll see. Lola Mole, meanwhile, hits one out to left. Nice play out there in left by the fielder, Ava Olson.
So F7 on that one.
Out number 1. Now Kaylin Glenna to the plate. She's also 1 for 2 today, but she has those 3 RBIs back in the first. And she does not offer at the first one as that's outside for ball 1.
Glenna 1 for 2 on the afternoon. 3-run double in the first.
1-0 on the way. Oh, she offers at that one. That one's out to left. That's deep. It's right at the fence, and making the catch again is Ava Olson for out number 2. And it's now
2 up, 2 down.
Riley Blatz to the plate. So, yeah, if you're the Mustangs, again, defense has looked good the last 3 going on 4 innings now. This one's, it popped up just enough, but it does get down where the catcher cannot grab it for the out.
Could you imagine? Whack!
Oh, man. That would have been, we would have had to replay it. Sports Center would have been getting an email from me. And here's the 1-0, or 0-1, excuse me. Now that one's inside for ball 1. So 1-1 now for Briley Blatz. And that one, unfortunately, sticks in the hand of Athey, so it stays high for ball 2. 2-1 here for the batter Blatz. But again, can't say enough about this Mustangs defense, how after the first 2 innings, they've really buttoned it down here in the last 3.
Yes, against this really talented Rush City squad. Mora says, hey, we're talented too.
This one is fouled off by Blatz, and now it will even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Athey readying, looking for the payoff pitch. Oh, and that one's going to be high, just high, and it will run the count full. Funny enough, I heard one of the players for the Tigers, where'd the clouds go? I think she's asking the question, everyone is. Meanwhile, here's the 3-2.
Got her.
It's in there.
So,
got her looking for out number 3.
So 1-2-3 inning by Athey puts Mora in a decent spot.
Yeah, and it's another one where, again, you go and you look to the offense and go, okay, defense is doing its job. Now we have to get somebody on, and we got to get more than one. And it's just, you got to work it out. But I think here for Mora, what you have to understand is yes, obviously, you want to get somebody on. But I think one of the things you say is, hey, we can't get all 4 back at once. It's just probably not going to happen. Grand Slam isn't out of the question. Let's be real. It's not. But, we're not going to more than likely get a Grand Slam off of Pillar. What we need to do is put pressure. We need to get a runner in scoring position. Then let's get another runner on. That's to score 1 to 2 runs in a single swing. So it's easier said than done, of course. But
50, 60 miles an hour.
They're not. I mean, they're not coming in slow. That's for sure. But I think for the Mustangs, again, just one at a time, one at bat, one pitch at a time. There's no need to rush, to panic, to nothing. You just got to focus one pitch at a time. Don't worry about getting on base necessarily. Just find your pitch and put it in play.
Yeah, the runs will take care of themselves if you do it that way.
So leading off for the Mustangs is going to be number 17, Natalie Olson, here in the bottom of the 5th.
0 for 1 on the afternoon. Struck out in second.
Swings and misses on that one. Good looking swing,
though.
Yeah,
good swing.
But it is 0-1. One on the way from Pillar. Got a piece of that one, so she's starting to kind of figure out the pitches now.
Yep, she's on it.
0-2. Looks like the field trip for the elementary kids might be over. They got to get back to class. Of course, school will be ending soon for them as we see a swing and a miss here for Natalie Olson for out number 1.
I believe that's 11 on the strikeout tracker.
Wow.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah.
Wow. And again, she had 14 last night against Bram. Now to the plate, Elizabeth Gravich. And she swings and misses at that rising fastball. That one's in there. I thought that one would have been a good one to offer at.
Yeah, right on the outside corner there.
But she wants a better one. She's looking for something, and if she gets it, she's going to send it a ways.
She grounded it out. She grounded out to second in the second inning.
When that's in there for strike 2, Pillar just really doing a good job of painting the sides of the strike zone. I mean, not much a batter can do about that, but now, unfortunately, she will have to offer at this one. If it's good enough, it is another swing and miss. That is now 5 straight strikeouts for Kendall Pillar.
3 up, 3 down. That's 13 strikeouts this afternoon.
No errors for either side in that inning, and we move to the top of the 6th inning. But first, a word from our fine sponsors.
Brett here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, Getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Addison Antonson to lead off the top of the 6th for the Tigers, as the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard still shows a 4-0 lead for Rush City. The first pitch is low for ball 1.
Reached on a walk and grounded out this afternoon.
Good looking pitch there from Athey on that one, but just outside for ball 2. Here's the 2-0. That one's in the dirt, so it'll make it 3-0. And how tough is it, though, for a pitcher to know that you and your defense are doing so well, but just you can't get anything mustered up on offense?
It's got to be somewhat discouraging.
3-0. Oh, she offers. This has popped up, and 3-0 offering not going to go her way, as that has popped up to the third baseman for out number 1. Surprising we see a swing there, 3-0?
Yeah, a little bit. Especially at 4-0.
Yeah, I would have thought she would have taken there and got something better, but she pops out, and you'll take it if you're Mora. Now to the plate, Megan Nelson for the Tigers. And that one, just high.
There seems to be a mentality in Rush City sports lately of just being aggressive. You see it on the volleyball court quite a bit.
Yes.
About just being comfortable in the situation, no matter what situation you're in.
Well, you and I, down at the state tournament for the third year in a row for Rush City Volleyball, kind of laughed a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there was something happening on the court that was, if you're the other team, you should probably be scared.
Yeah.
Rush City was down by a lot, and one of the hitters for Rush just kind of was just smiling, laughing about it. Just cool, calm, collected, even though they were down, I think, 2-0, and they were down in the third set, and she was just, all right,
Yeah, this is fine.
We'll be fine.
Yep.
So.
I think she was a sophomore.
Yeah,
freshman or sophomore.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but
it was
young.
T-Lander, one of the T-Landers.
Yeah, one of the T-Landers.
Unfortunately for Mora, her wrist or thumb is bothering her a little bit. The coach comes out to take a look at it. I hope she's okay. Man, that would... Oh, hopefully she's at least able to finish this game. I mean, to have your catcher go out, you talk about a pitcher going out, but your catcher is just as important. Meanwhile, it's a 2-1 count now for Nelson. Adam, I don't know about you, but it's gotten a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Clouds are rolling in. We might have a delay there to start game 2. If this one finishes on time, which we're plenty ahead.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, the clouds are starting to roll in, and I tell you what, they've been sporadic all afternoon so far. According to my radar, we could miss them. They're supposed to go around us, but with how sporadic they've been,
it's those
I don't
popcorn.
know.
It's all of a sudden it was dewy and humid today, so those popcorn storms are showing up. We need the rain though.
Oh, we do. But if it can just wait till about 5:30, I would be very thankful. Meanwhile, this next pitch is in there to Nelson outside for ball 4, battling at the plate there in that one, and she draws a walk. Now it's Peyton Addix to the plate. You know, I'm okay with the clouds too because it lets the equipment cool down a little bit.
Yeah. It's actually downright comfortable right now.
Well, it's the wind, you know.
Yeah.
It's the wind.
It's the wind that'll get you. In there for a strike on the inside corner.
A 1 for Addix now. Showing bunt.
Ooh,
lays it
really
down,
nice punt.
And she is safe.
Oh, I don't know. I think you just let that, because it was rolling towards foul.
It was rolling.
But she went after it.
You know, that's really tough because I'm okay with her being aggressive to try and get the out. But man, again, like you said, you wonder, does it go foul?
Mm-hmm.
That is, I mean, and what do you do as a third baseman? You know,
Yeah.
do you risk, the coach yelling at you for it not going foul, or do you risk, trying to get the out? But now Natalie Rude is at the plate. She swings and offers at the first one, and the out is made by the third baseman for out number 2, so she makes the first and the second out. So maybe that bunt single won't hurt the Mustangs too much here as we see Kendall Pillar to the plate.
The way I think of it, it was such a beautiful bunt that you weren't going to get either of the runners regardless. So I think your only chance was if it were to go foul.
2 down, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch from Athey, and Pillar offering at that one, and that one takes off out of play.
Hits Ethan's car.
No, please. I have enough problem with cars as it is, please. 0-1 is the count for Pillar. That ball's going to run high, and both runners take off from first and second, but they stop, obviously, and go back. So 1-1 now for Pillar.
So 2 down. Pillar has the opportunity to get out of somewhat of a jam.
That is swung on, hit deep to center. Ashworth on it, though. Great tracking by Rhiannon Ashworth. That is not the first time we have called her name to grab an out. It won't be the last, I'm guessing, as she makes an impressive grab. 1 hit, no runs for the Tigers, no errors for the Mustangs, and we are down to the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, stay tuned. After this one, we'll have another game on a completely new YouTube link. So that'll be Rush City Ogilvie after this game, as this one is moving along quite quickly.
Yeah, good.
We're only at 2:08, and the next game isn't set to start till 3. So
allegedly.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Of course, it all depends on how Ogilvie and Mille Lacs are doing. You know, does their game go extra? That would be my luck, and then we'd be out here till 4, which wouldn't be the worst thing, because then it might start to cool off a little bit more, and I'd be okay with that. But we move to the bottom of this 6th inning, and the Mustangs starting to run out of chances here to get on the board. And I think for the Mustangs, once they get on the board, I think that's when things will really start to see things go their way, because as good as Pillar have been, the Mustangs have not been terrible with their swings, because there have been a few swings where you look at it and go, if they make contact, they're getting on base.
Yeah, they have some really good swings. I think they're 10-7 on the season, so not a bad squad up in Mora. They're able to get 4 runs in an inning, that's for sure. If Pillar's not on her game here in the 6th inning.
Leading it off for the Mustangs is the pitcher, Aubrey Athey.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They're at the top of their order, so this is the time.
Yes, this would be the time if you're the Mustangs to really get something going here to start getting on the board. As Athey offers at that one, and that one is strike 1 as she misses. Taking a look at the section playoffs here for 7AA. Of course, it does start next week. She swings and misses at that one. Tuesday, May 20th is the first game. And taking a look at the bracket and how it plays out, well, it looks like if you're a high enough seed, you'll get a home game. Seeds 8 through 1 get a home game. So Mora still has a chance to get a home game as a playoff team. And we're going to get an error at second that will allow Athey to reach. And if you're the Mustangs, you don't care how it happens as long as you get on. And that is huge. But just how big is that, Adam, with nobody out?
Getting the leadoff runner on. And there's no guarantee that the second baseman would have been able to get her at first, because Athey comes out of the box so quickly.
And now showing bunt, but this is bunted foul. And I have, unfortunately, for teams, seen that bunt be popped up way too often. What do they need to do to get that bunt down?
I mean, I guess you just got to lift the bat up higher, just a tick.
Root has to fix her helmet, and we're back. 0-1 for Robertson. Here's the pitch. She swings at that one, and they thought about throwing it, but then Athey stops on the attempt and moves
third
back
baseman is halfway
Yeah.
in between third and home, expecting bunt.
Here's 0-2. Robertson trying to put this one in play. Ooh, good-looking pitch from Pillar, and that's a strikeout. But you still have that runner at first. So still got something to work with here, and now you see Such at the plate. She hit a single. She was their first hit of the game, so let's see if she can't put another one in play here.
Just get one into the gap.
And you talked about how the speed of Athey. has been shown here today. Let's see if she can't use that speed and with a base hit, maybe even get all the way home. This one is fouled out of play by Such, so 0-1 now. Third baseman is up close. Pillar readies. Here's the 0-1. That one's low for ball 1, and then the throw down to second. Athey is underneath as it pops out of the glove of the shortstop. So she's in there with a steal.
Needing that backup because it went past the shortstop, who was covering second.
Athey could have easily had third had she not been there, but good fundamental play there. 1-1 on the way from Pillar. Ooh. I thought that one was going to be low.
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah.
Surprised she offered, but
now it's got to be a 2-strike hitter.
Yep, 1-2 is the count. One down, runner at second now. Pillar with the pitch.
In
It's
there.
in there. Strike three.
Upper corner.
And it gets her looking. And that's not the first time she's gotten a strikeout looking. And now here comes Rhiannon Ashworth.
15 strikeouts on the afternoon.
Ashworth is going to line one in to
That's
right.
exactly what you
That's going
need.
to score a run, and Ashworth gets things started for the Mustangs. Athey is around. Ashworth says no to second. She's going to third. It's an RBI triple for Rhiannon Ashworth, and all of a sudden this looks a lot different for the Mustangs.
Yeah, now 2 outs, 4-1, you're down, but you have a runner on third.
I don't know about you, but I get fascinated sometimes at watching players run the bases. And between Athey and Ashworth, man, they were, I mean, we need to get a stopwatch because I think some NFL players could use some tips because, man, they were moving.
Well, there was no hesitation coming around second.
No, she knew what she wanted.
And that's where you trust your base coach.
Mm-hmm. As Izzy Graham is now at the plate, she swung and missed at the first one. Won't offer at the second as it is high for ball 1. Good eye there by Graham.
Right. And those are ones that they've been offering at and holding off on them. It's a big step.
How big is it here, though, to work the count a little bit and maybe force Pillar to give you a lollipop over the middle?
Yeah, just trying to make Pillar uncomfortable out there. She's been so comfortable all game.
2-1 now for Graham, and that's in there for strike 2. Do you like the take there?
I mean, yeah, in the matter that, you're just trying to find the pitch you want.
2-2, pitch from Pillar. Oh.
And she took some off of it.
Yeah, you got to give Pillar credit because she knew what to do to get her to swing, but, I mean, that is a good pitch, but, well, the Mustangs get the one that we talked about, and maybe that leads to more here, what they'll need in the bottom of the 7th. But 1 hit, 1 run for the Mustangs, no errors for each side, and we're to what could be the 7th and final inning here in this first game of 2 here in Rush. We'll take a commercial break, be back after word from our fine sponsors on KBK and WCMP.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Back here, top of the 7th, Kenzie Simmons will lead off for the Tigers, and she's trying to bunt her way on, but this one goes foul.
Simmons 0 for 3 on the afternoon.
We've seen her almost reach last
well,
time.
She reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning.
Here's the 0-1. Ooh.
Thought about it, did not swing.
Yeah, she didn't swing. She checked it, but it's in there for a strike anyway. And a good-looking pitch from Athey. And that's the thing. That's what's going to be so disheartening if Mora winds up losing this game is their defense and pitching has been so good.
Scoring all 4 runs. Got her looking.
Ooh.
Scored all 3 runs in the first, or all 4 runs in the first and second inning.
Yeah. And Athey got her looking like you mentioned, and that's a good-looking pitch up in the outside part of the zone. Lola Mold now to the plate. Ooh. Thought about it. Held off.
Athey's really in the zone here.
Well, after that 6th inning, I got to imagine this entire team is feeling it because they know now, hey, all we need is 3 outs, and we only need 3 runs. 1-1 now for Mold.
But it all starts here on the defensive end.
Certainly does. Athey with the 1-1. Ooh, that one stuck in her hand a little bit. Stays high for ball 2. Man, does that breeze feel good.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, man. 2-1 here for Athey. Oh, and Mold gives that one a ride out towards right center. Who's going to grab it? It's Ashworth. I didn't think we'd say her name for the last time last inning, and we will, and we didn't. She makes another grab out there in center. Do I hear a third?
Yeah, do it. Now 2 up, 2 down.
But here's Kaylin Glenna. She was a big reason why the Tigers got out to the lead. The 3-run triple back in the first. So they've got to be careful with her at the plate because, as I mentioned before, she hit a home run last night. So there's a lot of power behind that bat.
Yeah, she can get a hold of one.
First pitch is high from Athey, though, for ball 1. Here's the next pitch on the way. Glenna gets that one. That's going to be a base hit. So it will keep the Tigers half of the inning alive for a moment. But again, if you're Athey and company, you're not too upset and worried about that base hit. Now it's Briley Blatz to the plate. We will get that courtesy runner. Does look like it will be, no, they'll change it up. This one will be number 5. That's going to be Ashlyn Simmons. So here is now again Briley Blatz to the plate. Looks like they are going to say it's a sub, actually, that it will be Ashlyn Simmons in for Glenna, which is interesting. If that's a sub, you'd think you'd want Glenna at first at the bottom of the 7th just to keep the defense together, but not the case. This one will be bunted foul by Blatz. So what do you think goes behind the strategy of subbing Ashlyn Simmons in here for Kaylin Glenna? Usually this would be a courtesy runner, but no, they said it was a sub.
I wonder if their idea is to get that reward of an extra run is worth more than the risk.
Well, that
was a 3rd out anyway. So
yeah, they tried to make the double play, but the step on second was good enough for the out. So the runner from first going to second is out number 3 on the fielder's choice. So that is going to do it. 1 hit, no runs for the Tigers. No errors there by the Mustangs. So the Mustangs, they need 3 to get this game into extra. They need 4 to win it.
Yeah, they need 3. If you're a Mustang, now is the time for your rally caps.
Absolutely. And we know they've got them. Every team's got them.
Looks like Ogilvie is back here.
Well, actually, believe it or not, they're actually going to have Glenna come back in. So not sure. I'm not 100% sure on the sub rules. I'm guessing you can sub out once and then come back in. So looks like that's what they'll do with Glenna. They did say it was a sub that Ashlyn Simmons was going to sub for Glenna, but they say 15 is going to come back in. So must be the one sub they had. And yes, like Adam has mentioned, Ogilvie is coming in behind us. So this game, depending on how fast this one goes, we could get started early, but the way the time we're at, it will be right about on time.
Yeah.
It will be Kendall Pillar, obviously, for the bottom of the 7th here. And again, stay tuned. We'll have a completely different link, but we will still be on these 2 channels for Rush City versus Ogilvie in this next game. Again, this was not how it was supposed to be played, but due to the threat of rain tomorrow, they're like, let's get these in so we can actually end the season, the regular season with these conference games played.
We went through that in 2020. Let's get this finished.
So leading it off for the Mustangs is Megan Sperling.
Sperling 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
And she swings and misses at that one. This is not quite, I don't want to say desperation for the Mustangs because you don't want to be swinging at bad pitches, but you're getting to the point where you got to be swinging at almost everything in the zone. Meanwhile, a good scoop there at third for the ground out.
5-3 put out.
Out number 1, and Natalie Olson comes to the plate now.
Mora is running out of outs.
Yeah, they're down to their last 2, unfortunately. First pitch here to Olson. Oh, and that's what we're talking about. Can't offer at those. You know, and that's unfortunate because they're obviously all going up with an aggressive mindset to try and swing their way on. But that's one where you gotta look at yourself and go, okay, my bad. Oh, nasty.
Yeah, it took a lot off of it.
How did that even get there with the speed it had? It didn't have any speed. I mean, how did that get there? Wow, that's an impressive pitch by Pillar.
She calls that the yo-yo.
Something, man, my goodness. And it will be a swinging strikeout for Olson. So down to their last out, but can Mora get a little bit of a 2-out rally going here for themselves? And
even if she doesn't call it the yo-yo, she should.
She really should. That was
she can have that one.
Pitch. Meanwhile, they will have a pinch hitter here in place of Gravich. It will be number 2, Haley Bowen. So she'll come in the 7th as the pinch hitter. So he misses on that one for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 for Pillar.
Got it.
Ooh.
Got that lower corner.
She did. I don't know. Man, that was so close. And as a batter, what do you do there?
Yeah. You technically are able to hit that one.
I guess,
technically.
Yes. 0-2, swing
Got her.
And that's going to do it. Well, good effort here by the Mustangs. You got to give them credit for not giving up and just continuing to battle, nearly getting things going in the 6th the way they needed to, but unfortunately, it will end with a strikeout swing, and I'm going to let you tally up the strikeouts for Pillar because there were a lot. But first, we're going to get a word from our fine sponsors. We'll come back, quickly recap this one. But again, stay tuned. After this, we will have Ogilvy versus Rush on a completely different link. That link is still on our website, so be sure to go and click that. But again, back after word from our fine sponsors to recap this one here on 95.5 KBK and WCMP 106.5 FM.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Minnesota Twins baseball.
Twins 2, Blue Jays nothing, 9th inning. The 0-2 to Varsho. He struck him out! Twins win! Twins
Every
win!
hit, home run, or strikeout on the boat, on the lawnmower, or at work, all the action is right here.
This is Royce Lewis. This is Ryan Jeffers. Hey, Twins fans, this is Rocco Baldelli. You can catch Twins baseball all season long right here.
The Twins!
On Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Pro here.
back here on Nice 95.5 KBK and Anthem Country WCMP. Game Day Gilman, Adam Hefty out here getting set for the Ogilvie Rush City game. But taking a look at the first game, Mora and Rush City, it was the Tigers with the win, 4-1. Taking a look at the Tigers with the win, 4-1. Taking a look at the starting pitchers, of course, Pillar for her team to grab. So
for those of you keeping track, that's a lot.
Yes, that is quite impressive. So again, 18 strikeouts. On the other side, though, Athey, we talked about it. It wasn't a bad outing. 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, but most of those came in the first 2 innings. Walked 2, but struck out 4. So not a bad stat line for Athey. Although she does take the loss, this team, man, after the first 2 innings, turned things around, and I gotta say, we're impressive.
Ran into a buzzsaw with Rush City, notably with Pillar, but, Mora really set themselves up nicely for the playoffs coming up.
Yeah, and they're, again, like I said, the first 8, the top will get a home playoff game in this section. So there is that, but Mora, who is in that 6th spot right now, still has a chance.
Yeah.
They're still, with their section record, I don't think they get jumped by anybody. Okay. They're 6-4 right now, and I don't see anybody behind them jumping. Proctor's 1-2, Masabi East 2-3, Hinckley Finlayson 3-4. I don't think there's any way that they get bounced to below 8.
And Proctor is scheduled to play this very same Rush City team as well.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You and I have been talking about it. It's like,
we're not even sure the game that we have next.
Yeah, we're not. We'll wait and see.
We're about 90% sure.
Yeah, right. Because this game was actually supposed to be played tomorrow against Mora, in Mora. But because of the rain, they said, hey, you guys come here because we still have to play Ogilvie at home. You guys come here. You'll be the designated home team. Then we can still play Ogilvie here a little bit later. So that's why that's why we see it this way today. So, again, a really good game. It's unfortunate that it wound up like that for Mora, but like you mentioned, I think this is not putting them in a bad spot for the playoffs. In fact, I think it shows them and the coaches, like, okay, look at what we did.
Yeah.
We gave one of the best teams in the conference and in the section 4 runs in 2 innings, and that is it. We shut them out the next 5 innings. I mean, as a coach, what is the message then going forward? Let's just say this is it for Mora. They don't play another game till next week. Going into next week through the practices, whether it's indoor, outdoor, whatever they get to do, and then going into their first game next week, what is the message to them to try and get them motivated, but also to understand, like, we are better, we are a really good team, and teams need to watch out for us?
I think that's it. I mean, I think you need to play on the fact that of the last 5 innings of this one, you actually won the last 5 innings. So you have a lot to play off of. You have a lot to work on. And that's really where you start.
Yeah. Yes, and as we talk about the playoffs, you can also catch the sports with him every morning, with me as well, at 7:30 and 8:30. So, again, the Tigers win Game 1 over the Mustangs, 4-1. We're going to get the field a little bit wet. They're going to scrape a few things down. We'll get the teams to get warmed up and or cooled down, and then they'll come back for that second game. But we're going to end this stream. Again, we will have a link to the next game on our website, so click that one, and that will take you to the Rush City Ogilvie game. But for now, we're going to end it. We're going to go back to regularly scheduled programming for a short amount of time, but then once you return, at about, we'll be set for first pitch at about that 3 o'clock hour, maybe just after 3, so tune in. I would say tune in at around that 2:55, 3 o'clock mark, and we'll be ready for Rush City and Ogilvie. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. The Tigers get the win on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, 4-1. We'll be back to regularly scheduled programming for a short amount of time here on Anthem Country and KBEK before we return with Rush City versus Ogilvie.